So here's problem 1 from the quiz review. I think this is a pretty easy problem, but maybe some of you are still struggling with the concept of matching up the given x value, for example f of 4, with its y value on the graph. So I created this little thing here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to align, I've created this crosshair, and I'm going to just align the vertical crosshair with my x value, 4, right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the actual center of the crosshair and align it with the part where that vertical line crosses something solid blue. Now notice down here I've got an open circle. That's not part of the function. But up here, this is part of the function. And now to get the actual value, I'll simply follow the horizontal crosshair back over here to my y-axis, and I see that it's may not be exactly on the 1, but I'm not perfectly aligned here either. So my y value is 1. That's the value of the function. Let's see if I can write that in. 1. Nope, gotta move this out of the way first. 1. There we go. So now we'll line up our vertical crosshair again, this time with x equal to 0. Let's see, right here, the y-axis. We'll get the red line on the y-axis. And then I'm going to drag my crosshair up. It's stuck for a second there, I'm not sure why. Until it intersects blue. Well, actually, I guess on this one we don't really have to. But it's right here on the constant function, on the 2. So when x equals 0, y equals 2. Here again, aligning the crosshairs, this time with -3 for the x value. There we go. Vertical crosshair on the x equals 3. Horizontal crosshair, I'm going to align that with the blue part, this dot right here. Boom. And then back to my y-axis, and again, my function value is 1. Aligning the crosshairs with f of 3. Let's see, f of 3. So x equals 3. And actually, the crosshair lines up with blue right on the x-axis, so f of 3 is 0. And then this bottom part, looking for average rate of change. Of course, for this one, we're going to use the formula for slope, change in y over change in x. So like y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we just need to find a pair of xy values for this. Now we're given an interval, 2, 3. Those are both x values. So if we just find the corresponding y values here, I'll just write we have 2, and then there's some y value, and 3, and some unknown y value. Let's see, did we evaluate either of these already? Yeah, we already evaluated f of 3, so we can fill that in. It's a 0. And now we'll just use our little crosshair tool here to evaluate f of 2, aligning the vertical crosshair again with x equals 2, and then I'll drag that up until my horizontal crosshair intersects the function right here. Follow that back to the x-axis right over here, and we know that f of 2 equals 1. So we can fill that in. And now we can plug those values into this formula. And again, it doesn't matter what order you plug these in as long as you're consistent. So I'm going to take my two y values as y2 is 0 minus y1, which is 1, over x2 of 3 minus x2 of 2, and I get -1 over 1, which is -1. So my average rate of change over that interval is -1. And if I take a look on my graph, this is the part of the graph that it's referring to, and you can kind of confirm visually that it is indeed has a slope of -1.